ladies and gentlemen. It's a proud pleasure to chair this session. The talk will be taken by Dr. Ashok Chakravarti. He is a senior pediatrician from South Delhi. He has more than 4 decades of pediatric experience in practice. Before that, also about 10 years before that. He is an extremely successful pediatrician, and currently he is the president of South Delhi. And we can all label him as a practitioner as the king of Saket or maybe South Delhi. He is going to talk about flu vaccination, the latest in the field, and he will be more than ready to answer all your queries, but only at the end of the lecture. So without taking much time, I hand over the dais to Dr. Chakravarti to start with his lecture.
Thank you so much everyone. A very warm welcome and nice evening to all of you. And thank you Dr. S.K. Sagarji for the kind words of introduction of mine. We have been knowing each other for the last almost 20 years. And he is the person, Dr. S.K. Sagarji, who introduced me to this book, PFI. I will modify the statement of PFI with Physicians Forum India is also Physician Family of India. We are a family, extended family. So it gives me all the more pleasure to attend these meetings because I feel a part of it. And it's a great learning place. My hats off to Dr. Chauhan sir. He has been holding these for the last 15 years without break. And he is my inspiration. About 6 months back, he just mentioned कि भाई हमारे पास कभी कभी स्पॉन्सर्स की शॉर्टेज हो जाती है तो यू कीप ऑन टॉकिंग टू योर फार्मर कोलीग्स कि कभी कोई उन्होंने प्रेजेंटेशन करनी हो तो बता. So I took that thing seriously and incidentally Namita ji came to my clinic. Namita ji, you already heard her. She told me कि ऐसे ऐसे हमारे कुछ ग्रुप में चीज़ें चल रही हैं and we are coming out with a newer format of vaccine. I'll give you details later on. तो मैंने कहा एक बार बताओ नमिता जी, अगर मैं आपके बड़े ग्रुप में जिसमें हमारे सीनियर, आप तो मेरे को बच्चों की तरह बहुत हैं अंडर 5 वाला, if I want to introduce you to a bigger clientele, bigger forum with senior pediatricians, senior physicians who are equally needing this and will spread the word. She said, nothing doing, doctor, you go ahead. Then I spoke to Dr. Chauhan. She said, Ashok, मेरे पास तो स्टॉक नहीं है अभी. तो मैंने कहा सर कब स्टॉक आएगा, कहते हैं सितंबर तक आएगा. मैं कहा दैट्स द मोस्ट एप्रोप्रिएट सीजन बिकॉज वैक्सीन की जरूरत क्या पड़ती है. सो व्हाट अ कोइंसिडेंस. इससे नमिता जी यू आर लकी, ये यही सीजन है. आपका नया इंट्रोड्यूस भी हो गया. कल भी बेंगलोर में एक आपका इनॉग्रेशन सेशन हुआ है. अटेंडिंग मोर देन 2000 पीपल. आई वाज रीडिंग इन द ऐप and congratulations to you for that. What that new thing is, I'll give it a mystery till the end of the talk. So let's start with my presentation. And I would request everyone, आप मुझे 20-25 मिनट दे दो without this thing so that I can finish your question answer सब बाद में करते रहिए. I know there are very learned people sitting here who have all the thing in their mind कि अशोक को क्या क्या पूछना है. Anyways, so this is my presentation. Oh sorry. This is very important in nowadays meetings. My disclaimer. First of all, honestly, I'm not an authority on this subject. There are much more senior people sitting here who know much better than me what influenza, vaccine, and for that matter, all things of medicine. But still, I'll make it an effort to do my best possible on this topic. This PPT has been provided by Namita ji and his group, her group, but I have tweaked the slides a bit to my own way of presentation to make it a little more lively, colorful and all. And there is no conflict of interest. This is very important. Because once in a while क्या होता है, आपने वैक्सीन कंपनी से टॉक कराई और उसी के बारे में बोले जा रहे हो. So there is no conflict. If something is good, it is good. Now I'll start my presentation with a little quiz. क्या है ये? अर्जुन और महाभारत. The war of Mahabharata. The Vedic time, Kurukshetra. ये क्या है? Anybody can guess? It's a small quiz, 2 minutes. This is the Great Plague which happened in the middle of 16th century and spread all across and killed very many people. The Black Plague it was known as, or the Bubonic Plague. Then this is what? Now this is before Hiroshima. 1918, the Great Influenza Epidemic.
epidemic. Yeah.
And at the end of this, there was a visport which shattered the world, the nuclear visport in Japan. And more recently, this is what? Ukraine war, exactly. It's not yet over, but it's about to. And the last one is, which we have all been a witness to, the COVID. So if I put all these things together, you can see from 1 to 6. Why I'm showing this to you? The reason is, this is a statement which I wanted to highlight. Mankind ever since its inception, जब से इंसान पैदा हुआ है, तब से उसको दुखों की परेशानी कभी खत्म नहीं हुई. The mankind ever since its evolution has been fraught with diseases, wars, adversities, natural climate, tsunami आ गया. But fortunately, this is a very important statement. Fortunately, diseases have come, been taken care of, and eradicated. But one thing which has refused to really go away is influenza. Can you see? This is the influenza in capital letters. Why so? I'll come to that later on. So, last 4 epidemics we all know. 1918, जैसे डॉक्टर तुलसी ने कहा कि 1918 वाला, 1957, 1968, and latest is 2009. We have all witnessed this. Flu fella, morbidity and mortality. Can anybody spot this gentleman? I'm sorry you won't be able to do it because मेरे को भी time लगा to figure it out. He's not doctor, he's a author cum historian. John and Barry settled in New York, USA, and is still alive. He was born in 1947. What he did was, he wrote a book in 2018 to highlight the 100 years of the great influenza epidemic. And this book was a hot seller. It caught everybody by imagination what happened about 100 years back. And the story of Cinderella, Dr. Chowdhury put it. We'll carry on that story down the lane from this topic. What he mentioned in the end of the book was a very important statement, very important statement. You read it on your own. Influenza killed more people in a year than the Black Death, which I showed the picture, of the Middle Ages killed in a century. Can you believe it? 15-16 century में जब आया था तो उसके मुकाबले जो 1918 में ये influenza है, उसने ज़्यादा लोगों को मारा. It killed more people in 24 hours, weeks, than AIDS given in last 24 years. Similarly, it has killed many more people than COVID, which happened in 2019. So it's a real problem, and the burden is here. Influenza के hospitalization rate सबसे global as well in India. हर रोज 20 से 30 बच्चे, 7 to 4 adults are down with some grading of influenza. And this is our Indian picture. India is consistently reporting more than 70 deaths per 1 lakh people since last decade. A very huge number. Even the point that this disease can be managed or tamed. And this exclusively fact that most of our due to influenza cases are underreported. Those the figures could be much more. So the important thing is, what is this bloody influenza? The influenza is applied to a spectrum of acute respiratory illnesses caused by influenza viral infection or variable intensity. Usually the illness is blind. Touch me. अगर 1000 लोगों को influenza हुआ है, out of them say 90% will recover in due course of time by their own immunity, but some may not be that lucky. They might have. Nevertheless, it will respond to significant morbidity, mortality, children under 5 years especially, and beyond 65. The very idea of taking this talk in this group was because most of us are beyond 50 years of age, and there is a vulnerable age group. Our immunity is going down day by day. So all the more, and people who are on immunosuppressant drugs, cardiovascular problems, things like that, they need it all the more. So, going back to the history, it's always better to understand the present concept with the historical background. That gives you confidence कि हम कहाँ से कहाँ आ गए. Unlike many deadly viral diseases, now हुआ क्या कि normally AIDS कहाँ से आया? Middle East से, Africa से. Most of the illnesses came to India or came to the world were from sub-Saharan region of countries. But this is a unique virus which came from Europe. Even I was interviewed कि ये कहाँ से भी ऐसी बीमारी इंडिया में या वर्ल्ड में कहाँ से it came from Europe, not from sub-Saharan Africa. And Even much before today, or 2,500 years back, the great Hippocrates described an illness almost similar to influenza in his own time, 1000 time, 400 BC. We are running 2100. Christopher, 1493, took his fleet from England to London. You know, Columbus was a great explorer. He invented Americas. He took a sailing ship, landed in a city called Antilles on the shores of North America, and probably they were carrying this virus, and it probably carried some of the disease resembling influenza, which wiped out the entire population of the town. Can you believe it? Such horrific instances, just 500 years back. Nevertheless, next. In 1743, the term influenza was first employed by English medical literature. 1914 to 1909, we had the World War I, unfortunately. That killed quite a few people, and thousands of, this is important, thousands of American troops were down or killed by this virus. So it was a big blow to the Union, the American army, the Union army, which was fighting against it. 1920, Shockley proved that the positive organism of this is a virus. जब बीमारी फैलती है तो हर एक आदमी सोचता है कहाँ से है, कहाँ से शुरू हुई, उसका रीजन क्या है? And luckily, by the end of the war, 1919 में war खत्म हुई, 1920 Shockley, great bacteriologist, found out. And 1931, influenza virus was first recorded in pigs. This is important. Pig, the swine. I'll not use the unparliamentary language, but I'll say it later. Going on. So we are done till now. 1934, 43, term influenza and the same. Next we now. So what is this influenza virus which has been troubling us for such a long time? Ever since 2005 BC or around. It keeps itself ahead of the immune system. This is the tragedy of this our system. हम अपने आप को immune करते हैं, वायरस उससे एक step आगे चल जाता है. So it's always a step ahead of our immune system by constantly changing its antigenic structure. I'll come to that later. Antigenic drift or antigenic shift में क्या फर्क होता है? I'll explain you in due course of time. Anyways, it belongs to a family called orthomyxovirus. Largely single standing, I will not go into the details. There are 4 types A, B, C, D, and they are decided by the antigens present on the surface of this. The most important antigens are HA, hemoglobin A, and neuroglobulin A. HA and N. You remember these two things, HA and A. And the types are decided by the surface antigen. Glycoprotein surface antigen, that decides type A, type B, type C, type D, and I'll come to the detail. Important things are these, hemoglobin and neuroglobulin. Hemoglobin जो HA antigen है, वो attach करता है host के cell को to gain an entry into the system. And once it multiplies there in the chromosome, in the ribosome of the viral human cell, it exits through neuroglobulin. So this is another protein on the envelope that assists the virus to release from the infected cell to come in the main circulation and infect more and more. Multiply कहाँ किया? HA से अंदर घुस गया, वहाँ पे जाकर राइबोसोम के साथ उसने अपना मैचिंग किया, फैक्ट्री बन गई जैसे कोविड के बारे में सब जानते हैं. And neuroglobulin ने उसको हेल्प की बाहर आने में to infect more and more. So these HA and N are very important. Similarly, nomenclature of this is very tricky. When I just explain you what, ये हमारा वायरस है. It's a long virus like corona with all the same. इसकी nomenclature is very difficult to remember, but I'll make it simpler. Type of nucleus, S protein. I told you there is a protein called S protein in the surface antigen, glycoprotein. That decides whether the type is A, B, C, D or D. What हो गया तो हमने यहाँ लिख दिया A. Then the geography origin for which it isolated. Fusion, geography region. The file number, strain number, all the things are being maintained by WHO. Then year of isolation, and then the combination of H1, H3. मैंने आपको बताया थे. There are 18 H components and probably 9 N components. So one आपस में जो configuration बनती है, that decides H3, N2, H1, N1 and all those things. We come to that later on also. But this is the way the virus is labeled. उसका नाम आता है पहले ग्रुप का A, geographic region. So it becomes something like this. Found in Moscow, type A, zero number 9, isolation, and configuration as the end. So these are the ways. ये हमें याद क्यों रखना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि हम जो डिस्कस करेंगे एट द एंड ऑफ द टॉक वुड बी दिस वेरी स्टेन्स, कौन कौन से स्टेन किस किस टाइप पे घूम रहे हैं. So this is all. Types of viruses, type A, B, I told you. Type B is usually seen in the kettle. In more elaborate picture this. So we have all these viruses A, B, C, depending on the surface area. And they are specific in their killing or attaching to the system. HA, influenza A virus, is more in pigs or bird and man. All the four. B virus is man and seal. Influenza virus again man and pig. Influenza D is a mild virus, it only occurs in cattle, so we are not worried about it. What we are worried about is A and B, because they are the ones which affect the human being. So these are the sequences. Influenza A, subtype, these are not to be worried about, there is more of a bacteriological distinct. Influenza B. These two viruses infect the human beings. So A and B, अभी आप कभी सुनेंगे आजकल A का एपिडेमिक आया हुआ है, आजकल B का एपिडेमिक, जैसे आज दिल्ली में आजकल A का एपिडेमिक चल रहा है. So this is important to remember that these are the things which are seasonal influenza viruses. Out of the two, it's influenza A virus which is more tricky and more serious. It has got a tendency to infect more and more people and ultimately lead to what we call the pandemics. Epidemiology, I will not go into details. We all know domestic animals, swine, dog, horse, they can be infected. Consider major influenza virus, reassortment. Reassortment is very important thing which I will come to. This is the main slide. You should understand this slide a little more. मैंने भी कहा था कि the virus was isolated in swine, the pig. Pig में कहाँ से आता है? Fowl. Pigs भी वहीं पे रहते हैं उसी गंदे एरिया में. Fowl भी वहीं गंदे पानी में. They transmit the virus to हम लोग कभी-कभी नॉन-वेज देते हैं. फ्लू वायरस आजकल फ्लू में कलिंग हो रही है एनिमल बर्ड्स की नहीं को. It comes from here to human beings. Again it can go to either swine or it can again circulate. It is the swine which is the amalgamation factory or what we call the assortment factory of the swine or the flu virus. So ultimately सारे virus जब इसमें आते हैं तो they start getting into different configuration of antigenic material. If it's a mild variation in the genetic code, we call it genetic or antigenic drift. Mind it, it's a mild variation. You will see हल्का सा ऊपर नीचे की configuration change हो गई. यहाँ पे blue था, इसके बदले blue के बदले यहाँ पे उसका टूट गया. It's a minor change. But here you see, ये जो है, this is called shift. Shift is more important. That means the whole genomic constitution of the virus is being really altered, and the system is made because the novel virus is going on. So this is a combination of 1 and 2 leading to assortment in the pig and leading to novel virus later on in this configuration. This is what is antigenic shift. The reassortment of the genetic segment between 2 or more invading IVs in the host cell can lead to emergence of a more complex type of a virus, what we call the antigenic novel virus. For problem क्या हो गया है? Over the time they are all infected with viruses and we keep on building immunity. अब जब नया वायरस आ गया, हमारा immune system उसको recognize नहीं कर पाता, and that's the problem. And since this virus is very tricky, it keeps on drifting and shifting time and again. That's the reason we are not able to tame this virus today, and we are getting epidemic again and again. Now the time has come when we can discuss कि इसको करना क्या है. Epidemiology, I'll continue. Simple सी चीज है. All viruses are the same way of transmission. Sneezing, shaking hands, mixing, kissing, all these things. COVID has told us almost everything about that. So it's one of those RNA viruses. I forgot to really say RNA like COVID virus. So again the same thing, direct transmission, airborne, direct contact. Source of infection usually patients suffering from influenza like in COVID. And period activity is 1 to 2 days. It's a very fast catching. आज मुझे जुकाम है, वायरस है, मेरे साथ मेरी मैडम बैठी है, उनको दूसरे जुकाम हो जाए. Short incubation period. And survival like we used to study COVID. इतने दिन इसके ऊपर. But mucus currency notes again, even in this, like we saw it in COVID, एक virus भी currency notes के ऊपर 17 दिन तक रह सकता है. So we have to be careful about it. And this is the way the virus spreads. 40,000 उसके वो निकलते हैं organisms in one act of sneezing. What are the factors which lead to more complications of virus? Low humidity, reduced ability of sunshine, like it happens in winter season. आज सुबह थोड़ी देर के लिए 5 मिनट सूर्य दिखा, फिर दोबारा आ गया. So we are getting more and more cloudy days. When the cloudy days are there is no sun, which can kill. Reduced vitamin D, obviously once the sunny days are not there, vitamin D also goes down. As it is, most of the days are poor in vitamin D consumption. Close contact with people and increased travel due to winter holidays, leading to more of the spread of this virus during influenza season, rainy season. And in Delhi, we have 2 seasons. You will appreciate this is the Delhi slide. Jan, Feb, March, April. This is the season, Sadra. And then again during the season, this season, which we are speaking today, we are at the end of August, September, the beginning. This is the peak season of this virus. All the more reason that our talk is very important for this. This is a daily slide, or North India slide you can say. There are 2 peaks of virus, one during January, March, and the other during August, September. So rainy season will precipitate more of the virus. And this is a diagrammatic, what I told you, almost all the systems are affected with this, like from psychology problem, sore throat, coughing, nausea, vomiting, and dysentery. Symptoms like glass, we know everything about cough and cold viral, and difference is very simple as a no. Influenza is not simple zukam. We have to differentiate it from common cold, and these are the parameters. Onset in flu sudden, in cold, routine cold जो होता है rhinovirus वाला. Rhinovirus is a different one. Cold gradual, fever is very high fever, and in cold is normally running nose with 2-4 छींके मारी बंदा ठीक हो गया. Muscle joint is very severe. Then fatigue and weakness is very major. आदमी ऐसे लगता है जैसे पता नहीं इन्हें निचोड़ दिया किसी ने. Extreme exhaustion, early and prominent stuffy nose is there, not there, which is more common this during common cold, and sore throat sometimes, but very common. So these are the highlights of simple cold, what we call the common cold. This is flu. The next slide probably is more of a diagrammatic representation of lethargy, fever, headache. These are all pictures from the Google. Now, important thing is how we differentiate from COVID also. Because the virus is similar. RNA virus, single strand, negative cells. COVID was also the same. It had also course or corners of that. So again, this is a slide which tells you about how to differentiate with COVID. COVID of all these things is the most infectious and still shorter to incubation period and more nasty, leading to more respiratory problems which we have all seen, and unfortunately lost quite a relatives. I'm not going to these things, complications. These are simple things. Complications are everywhere, cardiovascular, central nervous system, mysterious. Diagnosis is important. आपके बच्चों को सडनली एकदम बुखार हो गया 103 104 का, बॉडी एक हो रहा है, मसल पेन हो रही है, दूसरे तीसरे दिन आप कहते हो ये नहीं आ रहा हमारा, तो यू मैक गो फॉर ए टेस्ट. Test is again like COVID, RT-PCR, throat swab, and confirm the type of virus. आजकल बहुत बायोफायर आ गया है, simple. आपने बायोफायर में डाला, within 2 to 3 hours you have the report of all the viruses infecting your body. Serology on the 5th or 7th day, immunofluorescence is the basic thing. आजकल RT-PCR सबसे अच्छा है. So, to conclude this part of the talk, influenza can affect everyone, right from under 5 years of age to above 65 years of age. These are the vulnerable groups. Every age group, everywhere in the world, and 5 to 10%, 25% of the world people are infected with this virus at some other given time during the whole year. So, how do we tame it? Obviously, there are 3 simple things. Personal hygiene, COVID has taught us much more than I would like to elaborate. Treatment, I will not go into the details because there is a very different subject altogether. We will concentrate more on vaccination. Very important. Single best way to protect from the flu is to get vaccinated every year. Because I am talking people for above 65 and under 5. Of course, special situations there and we have to give this other also. And this person, Jenner, gave us the power to fight what we call the vaccine preventable diseases. In 1978, he was the pioneer, and concept of vaccination was earlier also in India and China. Even in 15th century, people used to do what Dr. Tusi did, inoculation करते थे. But scientifically, it was done by a physician in England, Edward Jenner. Hats off to him because he has saved much more lives than any other subject, procedure, activity all across. आप heart problem ले लो, cardiovascular ले लो, knee joint replacement ले लो, जितनी भी दुनिया भर में आज की डेट में चीजें हमने ठीक की हैं, उन सबसे ज़्यादा इस वैक्सीन ने किया है. Vaccine has been a boon for us. It has prevented quite a few of what we call the major catastrophic viral problems. And had Jenner not been there, I think half our population, the people around us, would have these pockmarks. Had they not been tamed, mind it, how the beautiful ladies across globe would have been like this. It was the credit goes to Edward Jenner for eradicating this scourge. And more recently, polio. You look at this small little boy. He cannot walk on his own post-polio currently. But unfortunately, a preventable disease, very simple, 2 बूंद polio की, and you could beat it. How the concept came? Jenner. So hats off to Jenner again. My humble regards. Sorry. So, coming to vaccination of influenza now, as mentioned earlier, necessity is the mother of invention. जब भी कोई चीज़ हमने करनी होती है, तो जब उसकी जरूरत जब तक नहीं पड़ती हम नहीं करते. हम कहते हैं कल हो जाए, परसों हो जाए, चले ठीक चल रहा है. When the war broke in 1914 and 1919 and American troops got really killed, then American people got up. अरे भाई ये क्या हो रहा है? And then the race began to find the organism and to conquer it. This is the down the line story of influenza vaccine. 1933 post-war, influenza virus was first developed by United Kingdom Medical Board Research. We all know necessity. 1950 a prototype vaccine was developed. In 1966 antiviral methodology was discovered. And 1996 Germany limiter was found, AstraZeneca, which have used left and right during COVID times. And 2001 the first wholesale influenza vaccine was launched in America. So that means almost over 25 years back. What are the types of vaccine? नेबरा important question हो जाता है कि कौन सी वैक्सीन अभी आई जो कि सेफ है. There are 2 groups of basic vaccines which are available left and right. The live vaccine is not available in our country. It's only available in China and armed forces को देते हैं. Inactivity or what we call the IK, inactivity influenza vaccine IIV. उसकी 3 types हैं, wholesale, subunit और split. Recombinant is also there. Once a person is allergic to vaccine, you know, most of the vaccines are developed on vero cell and उसके अंदर multiply करते हैं. तो कभी-कभी किसी को एलर्जी होती है, तो we cannot give those vaccines. तो we have a separate system called recombinant. These are technically manufactured or genetically manufactured vaccines, which are more expensive and not readily available. So these are the group of vaccines which we have: the trivalent vaccine, quadrivalent, recombinant, and bivalent. 4 उनके indication लिखे हैं. I will not go to the detail. The concept क्या है? Why split virus? Why wholesale virus? Why subunit virus? जब हम किसी भी बच्चे को वैक्सीन लगाते हैं, तो what we are basically introducing is we are introducing the same antigen which can cause the disease, but in a controlled manner. In a controlled manner. आप DPT का टीका लगाओ, बच्चा 2 दिन आपकी टांग नहीं उठाएगा. wholesale वैक्सीन लगाओगे. आप बच्चों टाइफाइड वैक्सीन लगाओगे, 2 दिन बच्चा अपनी डॉक्टर गाली देता रहेगा. डॉक्टर ने चेंज कर दी, मैं स्कूल का काम नहीं कर पाता. So once we are injecting a painful virus or bacteria in the form of vaccine, it will cause some amount of disease similar to the thing which is going to protect by generating immune response, which will ultimately kill the organism subsequently if it affects. That's the concept of vaccination. You preempt a problem and take care of it, and then for the subsequent time you have made your system strong enough to fight it out. अब हुआ क्या कि जब होलसेल वैक्सीन थी, इसके साइड इफेक्ट बहुत होता है. बच्चा 2-3 दिन परेशान होता था, because all the antigens were getting into the system, जिनकी जरूरत भी नहीं थी. हमारे को चाहिए क्या? H1N1. प्रॉब्लम कौन करता है? H1N1. H1N1 आप मैट्रिक्स भी दे रहे हो, सारा का सारा सेल भी दे रहे हो, तो जाहिर सी बात है सिस्टम विल रिएक्ट टू दैट. तो द कॉन्सेप्ट केम सेकंड जनरेशन वैक्सीन स्प्लिट वायरस. उन्होंने वायरस को स्प्लिट कर दिया. आधा पोर्शन ग्लाइकोप्रोटीन का हटा दिया, जो मेन पोर्शन था वैक्सीन का उन्होंने रख लिया, but even that was insufficient. The conclusion: split vaccines have both cellular and antibody response. However, subunit has only antibody response. Vaccine effectiveness of split vaccine is superior to subunit. So what we are going to talk about is more about this split vaccine. Middle of the road approach. ना तो subunit ना whole cell. बीच का रास्ता. थोड़ी बहुत दर्द होती है कोई बात नहीं, तो बर्दाश्त कर लेगा बच्चा. So coming to the basic concept of influenza vaccine. डॉक्टर साहब ने आज मुझे सुबह कल भेजा था, जो सबने पढ़ा होगा, the Cinderella story, the vaccine. He is a doctor carrying the sandal of that Cinderella. आप सबने पढ़ा होगा डॉक्टर साहब ने. This is the glass sandal of that lady who left it because she had to leave the hall at 12 o'clock in the night before she could be really otherwise. Cinderella, I'm not going to detail, everybody knows the Cinderella story. So this doctor is in dilemma. कि मैं कौन सी वैक्सीन लगाऊं यार? मेरे पास चीज तो है, लगाना किस पर? सिंड्रेला कहाँ है? तो स्टार्ट इज लुकिंग फॉर सिंड्रेला नाउ. दवाई तब असर करके जब उसकी मैचिंग अच्छी हो. मैच, वेल मैच्ड एंड इल मैच्ड. दीज आर द थ्री कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ ए वैक्सीन. कि स्ट्रेस इज अ वायरस व्हिच इज कॉन्स्टेंटली चेंजिंग. सो वी हैव टू हैव अ वैक्सीन व्हिच शुड बी एबल टू कॉन्कर और टेक दैट पर्टिकुलर वायरस व्हिच इज सर्कुलेटिंग दैट टाइम एट दैट टाइम. यू गॉट माय पॉइंट? It's a very tricky virus. It's all across the world. I'll show you the pictures. This is a beautiful picture of our globe with the India in the center. More geographical picture there. This is from the moon which Shukla took about some time back. And this is what I wanted to highlight. The globe here, the tropical zone and temperate zone. India happens to be somewhere here. ना पूरा temperate में, ना थोड़ा tropical में. So it's a mixed area. What the WHO calls South Asia. And it has its own significance. I'll come to that when we discuss about the SH and NH vaccines. So this picture, you remember that India happens to be in a very unique position near the equator, but some of the parts like Himalayas and upper region North India, they are in the temperate zone, colder zone. Okay. So to make the match, कि वो वैक्सीन जो सबसे अच्छा मैच करेगी, उसके लिए WHO ने वो कर लिया कि हम जिम्मेवारी लेते हैं. Because it's a virus which is spread all across the world. So they did a good job by making these centers across the world. 115 centers हैं जिनको कहते हैं Global Surveillance GISRS. GIS. This is 115 centers across the world जहाँ पे वो लोग क्या करते हैं? Out of the people, they keep on taking samples and put them in Barbara machine and देखते हैं इस पर कौन सी एरिया में कौन सा वायरस सर्कुलेट कर रहा है. Because we want a good match and the virus is changing, drifting and shifting. So 115 company centers are at the job of this to find out the offending virus which is going on at that particular time. क्योंकि डाइवर्सिटी बहुत है, टेम्परेट रीजन है, क्लाइमेट रीजन है, ऐसा हो रहा है, तो वायरसेस अपना तरीके से मल्टीप्लाई करते रहते हैं डिपेंडिंग ऑन द सीजनल उनकी जो एबिलिटी है. So once this is there, then WHO then convenes 2 meetings. Very important thing. आप confused हो जाओगे, मैं भी अभी तक confused हूँ कि what is the south hemisphere, southern hemisphere, northern hemisphere. The idea is it's a very big globe which I showed you, huge Earth mass. WHO convenes 2 meetings to provide recommendations for influenza vaccine in February and September. 2 season when the vaccine is being thought about it, kaun si vaccine लगानी. And then they pass on the information to down the line to national influenza laboratories, down the line to national influenza centers, and then the WHO advisory sits twice a year in the month of February, March, and they from the accumulated data tell the companies who are manufacturing vaccine like Zydus and others, भाई ये वायरस इस बारी ज़्यादा तंग करेगा. So you match your vaccine with that virus. That comes the concept of matching, good match. अब सिंड्रेला का शू कौन पहन सकता है? सिंड्रेला पहन सकती नहीं तो पूरा उन्होंने जहान घूम लिया, किंगडम घूम लिया डॉक्टर जॉनसन, लेकिन किसी को शू पूरा नहीं आया किसको? सिंड्रेला को. तो we have to have a good match vaccine to be more effective. Got my point? And this is the way it goes on, the process surveillance, expert consultation twice a year, strain selection. This authority gives us the strains, कि भाई ये strains आ रहे हैं, candidate virus vaccine, CVV, कि ये virus उस पे डालने हैं, and recommendations are issued and vaccine production, courtesy Zydus Vaccicare, their manufacturer. So this is the whole story of this vaccine. अच्छा, अब तक क्या था? There are normally used to be 4 or 5 viruses which used to trouble us. मैंने आपको इस स्लाइड दिखाई थी जिसमें virus A, group A, type A, and type B. They are the one which infect human being. But over the time, polyvalent vaccine, what they call this one, vaccine 2-4. It had 4 antigenic composition in this. 2 A के थे और 2 B के थे. Because they are the ones which are covering us. 2 A, 2 B. No. Over the time, the things keep on changing. COVID came. After COVID, for some reason, which are still under debate, उनमें से एक वायरस डाउन हो गया. B वायरस की जो लीनिएज थी वो डाउन हो गई फॉर सम रीजन. या तो वो कहते हैं ना मगरमच्छ छोटी मछली को खा जाता है, तो probably this thing happened. The COVID virus probably subdued Yamagata strain of this vaccine. यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है Yamagata strain. तो उसमें हमने देखा कि पिछले 5-6 सालों में COVID came in 2019. This virus which was Yamagata strain, blue वाला Yamagata है, and it is Yamagata is the lighter one. And over the time, this मैं यहाँ पे slide में था नीचे, this Yamagata strain is becoming less and less, and it is becoming more and more of non-Yamagata.
Dr. Chakraborty sir, you have 3 minutes.
But I'm winding up. That's all. Another 2 minutes. Recommendation. जब Yamagata खत्म ही हो गया, तो उसकी वैक्सीन की जरूरत नहीं है. आपके घर में चोर आएगा और आपने ताला लगा दिया तो चोर तो घुस नहीं सकता. तो you did this thing and you removed one strain from vaccine to make it vaccine 3 trivalent, which has been launched yesterday. उसके advantages क्या है? No additional antigen needed. Risk relation is less because जितने एंटीजन होता है तकलीफ होगी ना. आपका तो बीमारी डाल रहा है बॉडी के अंदर. And then precision vaccination. मैचिंग अच्छी हो जाएगी, बिकॉज कम स्ट्रेन होंगे तो मैचिंग अच्छी हो जाएगी. सो दे कम आउट विद ट्राइवलेंट वैक्सीन फ्रॉम 4 to 3. आप कहोगे सब कंपनियां तो सारी बढ़ाई जा रही हैं. पहले हमारे पास गार्डन से आता था, गार्डन 4, अब गार्डन 9 कर दिया. पहले वैक्सीन पहले लीमोकोकल आता था, पहले 13 और 20 कर दिया. तो आप तो उल्टे जा रहे हो. नहीं, उल्टे नहीं जा रहे. वी आर डूइंग व्हाट इज साइंटिफिक. जब WHO ने कह दिया कि ये स्ट्रेन अवेलेबल ही नहीं है मार्केट में अक्रॉस द वर्ल्ड, तो उसको डालने की जरूरत ही क्या है. यू सेव ऑन द कॉस्ट, यू सेव ऑन द एफिशिएंसी, यू सेव ऑन द कंफर्ट लेवल. सो माय फ्रेंड्स, दिस इज द स्टोरी. अल्टीमेटली Cinderella got the best match for her feet, and the story ends here. And primary images are not go under 5, above 65. Adult vaccines is another thing which I would like to discuss. And summary of the thing, I'll just take 1 second, sir. Influenza virus infection, one of the most common infection diseases, highly contagious, airborne, and following this proverb, prevention is better, vaccination is very, very important. I'll request everyone, I take it every year. My wife takes it every year. My mom used to take it every year. That probably gave us some immunity against COVID also, Dr. Tulsi said.
We all take it.
We all take it. And I'll request to take private time to very easier. And that Cinderella is dancing at a full speed within the center. Thank you so much, Jai Hind.
Sir, wonderful presentation. And sir, when I said that, when I wrote in the morning that flu is the Cinderella of modern medicine, I had no idea that you have such wonderful picks of.
That idea came from you. मैं कल आपको बैठा हूँ तो देख रहे my Bible also.
मुझे लगा कि every one of us, you know, he or she feels that we know everything about flu. And after your lecture, I am sure many of us would realize how little we know.
My effort is fruitful. That's my credit. Thank you so much, sir.
Please take your.
Thank you so much for my
big hand for Dr. Ashok Chakraborty. Moving on to the next lecture by Dr. Sunil Sehgal. He is in a double role today. वो डुप्लीकेट वाली देखिए ना सर जो है डुप्लीकेट रोल में है. रेबीज इम्यूनोग्लोबुलिन इन कैटेगरी 3 dog bites.
बेटे लगा दो, हाँ।
कौन बोलेगा?
नमिता जी।
नमिता जी, ये सरप्राइज है। नमिता जी, ये आपने जो है टोटल सरप्राइज दे दिया।
ये चेयरपर्सन है ना सर, चेयरपर्सन है। 5 मिनट में।
क्या कहिए इस आने को, आया है तरसाने को, देखा उसने हंस हंस के हर अपने बेगाने को, लेकिन कितना बेपरवाह है मेरे ही सलाम से, ये कौन आया रोशन हो किसके नाम से, ये कौन आया। वेलकम मैम। मैं तो मुझे लगा था कि डॉक्टर एस.के. सहगल सर हमें रेबीज इम्यूनोग्लोबुलिन के बारे में बताएंगे। Anyway, just to set the context, you are well aware that all of us require to be taking immunoglobulin in class 3 bites. Okay, and class 3 bites, I'm sure Madam will explain. But as I remember from my MBBS and MD days, all bites which are drawing blood anywhere on the body will be classified as class. Dr. Tulsi can give a lecture for half an hour. But मोटी बात यह है, अगर कोई भी बाइट हमारे शरीर पे हुई है जिससे ब्लड आया है, especially if there are any, अगर खरोंच भी है, ठीक है, डॉग से हमारे अपर लिम्स पे, हमारे हेड एंड नेक एरियाज पे, consider them as class 3 bites. It is better to omit, okay, or to commit than to omit when it comes to dog bites. ठीक है, और I remember a very tragic story. Lalit, if you would allow me to say it, we had a senior from Maulana Azhar who was, no, his name was different, sir. Safdarjung में नहीं, he was doing his MS surgery in Safdarjung hospital. He happened to go to his sister's house where there was a pet dog, and this pet dog, you know, bit him or whatever through his jeans. He was wearing jeans, and then the same dog also bit the maid of the house. This doctor, my senior from MAMC, one batch senior who was pursuing MS surgery from Safdarjung, he advised his sister to get the maid immunized. And actually, he got the maid immunized in Safdarjung with immunoglobulin and with vaccination. And when his sister asked him, भैया आप क्यों नहीं लगवा रहे, तो he said कि मुझे कुछ नहीं हुआ है, मेरे जीन था, बहुत मोटा कपड़ा था, वो पहुंचा ही नहीं है वहां तक. This doctor died on the 45th day of the bite of whatever it called the maid bite. So all class 3 bites are extremely important. Please do not neglect. Consider a class 2 bite as class 3 bite rather than the other way around. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. I think you have elaborated everything. At the outset, I would like to say that standing here in front of you, I am not an expert. I am not anybody to stand in front of you. You guys are best knowledgeable experts of medical fraternity. It is my humble request just to accept few slides which I am going to present, and would request you not to judge me because I am really scared in front, standing in front of you all speaking on a subject. Before I start, I would say this subject is the most talk of the town. This is the most important subject which we do not talk about. And I think prior to few years, we have seen that there are a lot of incidences of rabies which are happening in India. And whenever I talk about this subject or whenever I hear about rabies, I don't know what it. I feel inside my head because I have seen many patients who died in front of my eyes because of rabies. I've seen many rich people, many high class, higher end people who died of rabies, as already said by Dr. Chauhan, that Dr. Saab ने खुद 3 दिन पहले थी उनको लगा कि नहीं काटा है and he died of it. So before I start, I would like to say that there is the problem of the awareness, there is the problem of the follow of the protocol which has been marked by WHO, and I'm really sorry, since I work in the hospital institution, whenever I meet these emergency candidates, I mean like new joiners, I feel very sad whenever I ask the question, can you please tell me what is the protocol which has to be followed after category 3 bite, and they fail to respond me. I feel very pity for them as well as for the patient कि इनको अभी ये नहीं पता है, and it's very normal thing because हम लोग इतने बड़े वर्क में काम करते हैं जहाँ पे हम लोग छोटी-छोटी चीजों को neglect कर देते हैं. And to initiate with, so rabies is endemic in India. Our problem, one solution, and you will be shocked to know that prior to this presentation, this is an old presentation. In India, every hour an individual dies of rabies. Every hour an individual dies in India because of rabies. And not now, ये 1 साल पहले का डेटा है कि 1 घंटे में एक आदमी मरता था, अब शायद आधे घंटे में एक आदमी मर जाता है rabies की वजह से. So we have taken a lot of actions. At Zydus we are working on a project called Viram, wherein we want to have 100% full stop to rabies. We are also working and collaborating with the Government of India, NAPRE Society, wherein we want to have 0 human deaths by 2030. So the mission is to progressively reduce and ultimately eliminate rabies from humans. So there are 3 categories of bite, as rightly said by Dr. Chauhan: category 1, category 2 and category 3. So while we talk to the experts of rabies, I think by year 2025 we will have only 2 categories of rabies, either category 1 or category 3. There will be no existence of category 2 because it is very confusing. It is extremely confusing to define whether it is category 1 or category 2 because category 3 होता है the stain of the blood, or wherever the integrity of the skin is broken, it is considered to be category 3 bite. But sometimes, as we have often seen incidents कि चोट पे कुत्ते ने चाटा और उसको रेबीज हुआ और वो बच्चा मर गया, and that was considered to be a rabies category 2 bite. Was it really category 2 because it was licked by a dog? But he died, but the child died because of category 3. So it is very difficult to announce that whether the bite is category 1 or category 2 or category 3. So they have got, I mean like we will have this kind of recommendation very soon that there will be existence of only 2 bites, category 1 and category 3. No category 2 will exist anymore. So any wound where there is a drop of blood is considered to be category 3 bite. So what is the right post-exposure prophylaxis for rabies and virus exposure? By WHO it is recommended. So the recommendation is immediate washing of the wound followed by administration of rabies post-exposure prophylaxis regimen comprising of both rabies vaccine and rabies immunoglobulin. So this is the regimen which has to be followed in case of rabies bite, dog bite or animal bite. So we have got a product which is called TwinRab, which is a cocktail of 2 monoclonal antibodies. And prior to this we had RIGs with us. We used to have ERIG, HRIG, and then came into action a monoclonal antibody. And this is the cocktail of 2 monoclonal antibodies, which is the brand name called TwinRab. The composition is that it contains Myrodavimab and Locaravimab, and both the mAbs have been taken from the centers of WHO itself, ADRI and CDC Atlanta. So what is the mechanism of action? This 2 monoclonal antibodies binds on 2 different sites of G protein of Lysa virus. When it binds on 2 different sites of Lysa virus, it gives more protection and better coverage. Since we have got 5 sites of binding sites of Lysa virus, so the broader the protection, the better the coverage, the less chances of virus escape and mutation. And in that case, we can always save anybody against rabies. So it binds on, specifically myromaviva binds on side 2 of G protein and locaravimab binds on side 3 of 1 or 3 of G protein. So I'll see about this. These are the trials which we have done. Clinical trial 1, 2, 3, phase 3 trial. And I'll come on the dosage and mode of administration. So as we all know, it is a cocktail of 2 monoclonal antibodies. The brand name is Twinrab, and it has to be given weight by volume. So 40 IU per kg is the dose of administration. So if we have got a 30 kg per patient, I think we have got it in 2 stock refill units, 600 IU for 1 ml, 1500 IU for 2.5 ml. These are the 2 strengths which we have got. 30 IU wala if you use on 30 kg per patient, so I think 1200 cut 2 doses sufficient. If you see that it is economical also if you compare with other products which are available in the market. It is recommended by all the bodies, WHO, IAP, ACVIP, ADRI, Consortium Against Rabies. So it has been recommended by all the bodies, and WHO has also recommended to prefer cocktail of 2 or more than 2 monoclonal antibodies in case of category 3 bite. These are all the things. Thank you so much. I just wanted to create awareness of this product.
Is it now available for clinical use?
Yes, it is period.
It's true. You said it is phase 3 trials.
All the trials are done. It is available in India. It is available abroad as well.
All right. I would just like to ask you one thing before I give it to my moderator, Dr. S.K. Sehgal sir. We have another immunoglobulin available by Serum Institute of India, and they recommend giving 20 IU per kg, less as compared to your this thing.
But 3.33 IU per kg.
Theirs is the less dose.
Yes,
So
sir.
yours is a higher dose.
Yes, sir.
Why is it a weaker kind of a?
Sir, in case of immunoglobulin, the higher the potency of the immunoglobulin, the better the neutralization of antibodies in and around the wound. And 3.33 I was still there because they have to do it, they have to try 50-80 ARV also. तो उनका 3.33 IU से जैसे इन्होंने exceed किया होगा, the antibodies, the active ARV की जो antibodies हैं, they will have fallen down.
Right. And the way of administration is intramuscular, intralesionally. You give it in and around the lesion.
Right. It has to be given in and around the wound.
In and around the bone. There is no concept of giving it intramuscular.
Rest of
Or it can be given intramuscular also.
No, so WHO recommended that there is no use to give intramuscular that because it will not serve the purpose. It is immunoglobulin, it is not a vaccine. It has to be given on the wound so that the virus escape and mutation can be covered and neutralization of virus can be done.
Right. I understand that there is a vaccine, anti-rabies vaccine by Zydus also. What is the name of that?
Dexirelin.
Okay, so thank you very much, Namita ji. You can take your seat. And I think we had 2 wonderful presentations. I would ask my moderator, Dr. S.K. Sehgal sir, to set the context. I would request Naresh, Mr. Negi, kindly give Negi साहब, जो लोग डिनर करना चाहते हैं उनको डिनर सर्व कर दें प्लीज. डॉक्टर MPS गांधी सर, Dr. Saxena sir, Dr. Lamparasha, Dr. Abha Parasha, they can take their dinner. Anyone who wants to have their dinner, but please do not make noise on the dinner counter. We will have the question answer session here. Sir, set the context. Over to you.
Excellent coverage of flu vaccine by Dr. Chakravarti, covering the historical angle, the various strains of the flu vaccine, why we shifted from quadrivalent vaccine to trivalent vaccine, the genetics and mutations, the antigenic shift and the antigenic drift, causing local epidemics and pandemics like the 2018 flu pandemic, Spain. And another thing that we have come to know is that we should treat most bites, as Dr. Chauhan and Namita said, that most of the bites, if there is any blood coming out or you spot a little bit of blood, you should treat it as type 3 bite and treat it accordingly with immunoglobulins. So we have a better immunoglobulin in the sense these are monoclonal antibodies with two. With one, the coverage is around 92%. With this, the coverage is even higher, touching about 98-99%. It covers some strains which are found internationally, not recorded in India, which are covered by this twin rare. So, summarizing these two talks, I open the house for questions.
Thank you, Dr. Sehgal sir. I think we had a wonderful presentation, and Namita ji has promised that whoever asks the best question, Namita ji will have a special gift to be delivered to the clinic. So not here. And that could include completely free flu vaccination for the entire family from Zydus. And unfortunately, if you have a pet dog and if you get bitten, a completely free immunoglobulin package for that person, for the doctor. So there is a surprise, and she will stick to it. Dr. Luthria sir has a question.
There is one vaccine from Zydus, TH rabies. What is the relative efficacy of that vaccine versus vaccine of N? What is the schedule and what is the period of prophylaxis? And there is what is the international recommended pre-exposure prophylaxis for all animal animals? It is from Catalan.
To answer this question, thank you so much for raising the question. Thar rabies is not our brand, first of all. That is from Cadila Healthcare. We have got a brand called Dexirelin, which is recommended as active rabies vaccination, and the recommendation is like a 4-dose or 5-dose, and we do not have any trial with Thar rabies. And Dexirelin, if I talk about my brand, that is the only brand in anti-rabies which is WHO pre-qualified also. In case of pre-exposure prophylaxis, you have, in case of category 3, you have to get the immunoglobulin.
No, he's talking about pre-exposure 0 and 7. 0 and 7.
3 for all.
2 doses.
2 doses taken.
037. 037.
I think he has arranged to go for pre-exposure only, prophylaxis only. There is no need to get immunoglobulin. As far as my knowledge is...
Yeah, if a child is already vaccinated with the pre-exposure vaccine, his immune system is working against it already. So he doesn't require the immunoglobulin. It is virtually more than 5 years definitely.
And in case of bite?
In case of bite, another 2 doses to boost up the immunity.
0 and 7.
See, that holds for even a person who has taken 4-5 doses for post-exposure. If he is bitten within 3 months, nothing. After 3 months, 2 doses, 0 and 3.
Thank you. 0 and 3.
Yeah.
सर एक और क्वेश्चन आया था मेरे पास, बहुत ही वियर्ड है. हस्बैंड को काट लिया, वाइफ को पता नहीं था. हस्बैंड को कैटेगरी 3 बाइट था, and he died of rabies. तो वाइफ क्या करे? So there is a weird question which comes out. You have to get vaccinated. You have to get ARP done. You have to get vaccinated. You have to get pre-exposure of the vaccination. And I think government should have this in NIT program. I think this is the need of the hour.
See, human to human transmission is
Very common query comes to our OPD many times that the cow was eaten by a dog and the milk was consumed by family members. What to do?
nothing. Don't do anything.
Yeah.
Milk does not transmit rabies.
Just a minute. Sir, please sit down, Dr. Sehgal sir. There are, yes, I'll come to you, Naveen. Suppose somebody had a full course of vaccination, anti-rabies vaccination, in class 3 bite. He also took immunization. Immunoglobulin, I'm sorry. After 1 year, this guy gets bitten by a stray dog who cannot be traced. We are not sure whether it is rabid, not rabid, we don't know anything. And this is a class 3 bite. It's a class 3 bite. Sir, what is the recommendation?
See, the child has been vaccinated, the person has been vaccinated already.
Completely with
So he does not require the immunoglobulin.
after 1 year.
Even after 5 years.
Alright. Then
All you
have
do
vaccination.
is give 2 doses, 0 and 3. That will boost up the immunity.
Sir, if this guy gets bitten 6 months after the complete course, does he require anything?
Same.
So he requires
3 months, nothing. After 3 months, 2 doses.
after 3 months 3 doses, 2 doses, 2 doses. Right, sir. Sir, my question, Dr. Saigal, is a little more complicated. Being a Mulanian, sir. No, after he got bitten after 1 year. He is very unfortunate. Now gets bitten again after 1 year by the dog. Again 2 doses. Again 2 doses.
Yes.
So every time this guy gets bitten, give him 2 doses. मतलब 2 थप्पड़ हर वक्त उसको चाहिए.
कटवा रहा है तो लगाने पड़ेंगे.
कटवारा तो लगवाने पड़ेंगे. डॉक्टर पोदार सर.
So in category 3 bite, suppose after 2 years of vaccination, complete pre-exposure vaccination, what is the harm? Patient to be on safer side, one should take immunoglobulin.
HRIG, the immunoglobulins which were being given before the advent of monoclonal antibodies, उसका ये लिखा हुआ है, if you read the text, you give it only once in a lifetime.
Immunoglobulin.
Ma'am, Namita ji, I also wanted to ask you the immunoglobulin which you have, I suppose is human immunoglobulin? Urine. So it is not a human immunoglobulin. Because many of us, we understand that the human immunoglobulin is better than the other immunoglobulins.
This is made from hybridomas,
Okay.
in which there are multiple myeloma cells along with equine cells or not mouse cells. So they create a hybridoma.
Okay.
This is exposed to the virus which produces the antibodies which are purified and are available.
Right, wonderful, wonderful. We had a good, very good discussion. I will go to Dr. Naveed because he has a question and he had promised me.
Sir, in immunocompromised patients, also in diabetes and CKD, we are giving so many vaccinations to the patient, recommending them. And if a patient takes so many, will there be a overload on the immune system of the body? And will the person be more susceptible to infections of unknown origin?
Which vaccine are you talking
I'm
about?
talking about pneumococcal vaccine. All kinds.
See, if a person is immunocompromised, even if the person does not get full immunity, he will still be better off than not being immunized. So there is virtually no overload of any vaccine that way.
No, not overload of vaccine. Will the immune system be overworked and will not counter the new infections?
Yeah, the body of an old person is not immunocompetent. And they have very little response to most of the vaccines after a certain age. But if you space them out properly and give them properly, nothing will happen.
Because nowadays we are getting so many vaccines.
Yeah, we should go ahead and give it to them.
Dr. Saigal sir, Dr. Saigal sir, here sir, I am present sir. Babu Mosha has a question.
Very simple question. Very what Dr. Jitendra Saxena was talking about, is this the same one which latest people are marketing?
No, it's different. It's different. They are different. Revision is different. Okay. Before I go to the masters, I would like to ask Dr. Chakravarti, writer, director, producer of the CME, sir, a question on flu vaccination. Sir, flu vaccination was introduced in 1945 for the first time for US Army.
That was the prototype.
And it was introduced in India in 1957. Right, sir? Yes, sir. Sir, I wanted to ask you why, after its introduction in 1957, sir, it has been a very long journey. Why it has not become a part of the universal immunization program in India? You people are the big wigs of IAP, and everyone is saying that flu is a deadly disease, especially in the younger people, especially in below 2 years, also from 2 to 5 years, and in people more than 65 years. We are 65 years, 60 years. We are facing an epidemic of diabetes. We have COPD, a very large smoking population, asthmatics. I think it's time government should make it a part of the UIP.
Very pertinent question, Dr. Kumar sir. As a matter of fact, I believe in the concept, very magnificent concept, that what can be prevented should be prevented. What all can be prevented should be prevented. There's 4 group of all vaccine-preventable diseases, VPDs. Flu is not an exception. The problem with our government is the economics. That's the problem. It's a huge country, so many births taking place every day. To make that expenditure of giving 2 shots to a 6-month-old baby on a regular basis, it puts so much economic burden on the government that government will collapse. Financially, from vaccination point of view, the medical system, the medical budget doesn't go for that.
Sir, thank you very much. Sir, I also wanted to ask you, there is a special class of children where actually you require not 1 but 2 flu vaccinations. So what is that situation? Where you require 2 doses?
See, the better recommendations are when you start a vaccination in a 6-month-old baby or up to the age of 8 years old baby, 2 doses are required to prime the system. 2 doses are a must. Suppose I have a child with 6 months of age, comes to me, 6 months, 7 months. 5 years, 6 months, 1 dose, 2 doses. Up to 8 years is single 2 doses. After 8 years, the immune system is robust, so you give 1 more dose. So this is the protocol as well. After 8 years, the single dose all through. For a adult also.
Right, sir. Dr. Ayman Kalra, sir, because he always has 1.5 questions.
I'm very glad to ask a question before Dr. Tulsi. Sir, I'm very glad. Sir, there was a right consideration about immunocompromised for patients on dialysis. Do we have extra dose?
Yes, if you see, the reason I cut it short, because it was short time. There are 2 types of vaccines. High density vaccine, double the amount. And there is another one which is simple routine dose. For people who have got comorbidities, immunocompromised, you have got a high density, like double the strength to beat that energy.
Even for 65 and above?
Yes, yes.
Sir.
High density, that's what HD.
Sir, Dr.
Are they available? No, not in India.
सर मैं पहले तो डॉक्टर चौहान ने एक गाना शुरू किया था कौन आया है तस्माने को सर मैं कहता हूँ कौन आया कि निगाहों में चमक जाग सर माय क्वेश्चन इज सर rabies the newer protocol of subcutaneous vaccine also was introduced with a very lighter I think 1/5 of the dose is it how much it is taken up in the national program?
It is extensively being used, but I want to correct you here. Pardon my saying so. It is not subcutaneous. It is intradermal.
Sir, वो अच्छी जो कहना है बराबर की बात। चमड़ी के थल्ले है, sir. Intradermal, sir. They are very right. And about rabies shield, as it was introduced some time back, and this one, your one. How they are head-to-head compared?
See, 92, I told you, 92% coverage with the single monoclonal and much more than that with the double because it covers a lot of strains which are not covered by the single monoclonal antibody.
डॉक्टर चक्रवर्ती ने बहुत सारा समझाया शिफ्ट क्या है ड्रिफ्ट क्या है एंटीड्रोमिक ड्रिफ्ट एंड शिफ्ट एक को सरकना कहते हैं एक को खिसकना कहते हैं किसको क्या कहते हैं जरा समझाओ तो
माइल्ड वेरिएशन मतलब शॉर्ट में थोड़ी बहुत ऊंचे नीचे हो गया दैट्स कॉल्ड ड्रिफ्ट ड्रिफ्ट मतलब जो ड्रिफ्ट पास
आजकल लैंडस्लाइड हो रहे हैं ना मैं उसके बारे में बात
लैंडस्लाइड भी शिफ्ट हो गया
राइट सर
लैंडस्लाइड भी शिफ्ट so there's a major reassortment of the genome and this happens in pigs वहाँ पे the only animal which can have simultaneous infection by multiple viruses, multiple coronavirus. So once 2 or 3 types of viruses are there, उनमें assortment जब होती है तो एक novel चीज निकल के आ जाती है. That is called shift, antigenic shift. That leads to pandemic because your system is not known. It's a name. It responds in a very erratic manner and leads to pandemic.
So, masterly deliberation by both the speakers. So, to Dr. Saigal, is there any controversy regarding giving an intramuscular rabies immunoglobulin? I think there is no controversy. Maximum and the greatest dose should be infiltrated in and around the wound. Yes.
It should only be around the wound. Nothing to be given intramuscularly. If something is left over, use it for the next patient.
Great. So, what is the half-life of this immunoglobulin? Is it 21 days?
usually we need a coverage for
Yeah, that's
about
21 days.
usually you need a coverage for about 10 to 14 days because that is when the vaccine will start working completely. It is to cover for this period that we give this monoclonal antibodies or immunoglobulin.
And you correctly said that if you once give an immunoglobulin, you need not give it ever in your lifetime again.
Once.
Just a vaccine as a booster dose is needed, and you correctly said 0 LPA in case there is another type later on. To our friend Dr. Ashok Chakravarti, keep sitting, sir, don't stand, otherwise I also have to stand. So talk us about the other respiratory viruses, COVID-19, rhinoviruses, RIV, parainfluenza, adenoviruses, influenza-like illnesses. You cannot diagnose them by clinically, you've got to rely on the RT-PCR. How about that? Idealize.
That's a very good question that our body needs.
Okay, great.
Doctor, the problem is that our nasopharynx is loaded, is a harbor for almost all the viruses which cause upper respiratory tract infection. The problem is not that. The problem is to pick up is why is it expensive? It costs for 20,000 rupees. That's the problem. And 99% of chances, flu-like illnesses are not really the influenza type A or type B. They're normal adenovirus, rhinovirus.
No, clinically you cannot distinguish.
Clinical, there are few indicators. Number one, high grade fever at the onset. High grade fever at the onset. Lots of myalgia. You feel so fatigued. And at the same time, symptomatology, you feel sick.
Subjective symptoms, they can vary from people to people.
So, basically, clinically, you can make out whether it's shifting into category of influenza or routine upper respiratory viruses like rhino, adeno, and myxoviruses.
So, Dr. Ashok, talk us about the drugs to be given here, like oseltamivir. The meta-analysis recently by the Lancet, it was mentioned, said most of the patients with mild illness would never require this drug. Only in patients, who have comorbidities or patients who would probably progress to severe illness, so those are the patients who would probably need oseltamivir. So talk us about also the just once a lifetime or once probably a dose recently introduced, I think about 3 years back in US. Talk us about that.
Doctor, all these monoclonal antibodies which are there,
Balaxavir, yeah.
all these are MABs, basically they are MABs, biologics. And
Do we have it in India? I don't think we have.
We have.
We have?
We have. That is.
How much is the cost?
It costs about 800 rupees.
Just 800?
5 days code, 800 rupees.
What? 5 days? No, just a spot, just one single medicine dose.
No, 5 days.
No, sir. I'm talking about the Balaxavir. Just a spot, just a one single tablet dose, not to be repeated again.
That I'm not aware of. Sorry.
Okay.
I know oseltamivir, that is 5 days course.
No, that's a different story, sir.
And there's another thing which I want to tell, that in due course of time, you can go to a universal vaccine. Universal influenza vaccine. The idea is some viruses cover हो जाएंगे and only one dose is required per year. There's no nothing else.
Finally, my last question to you would be regarding the RSV virus. We know that in younger children and in elderly people above the age of 75 years or patients who are younger than 75 years with comorbidities, this is a lethal disease. It causes lower respiratory tract infections. Last question, yes, this last question. And causes bronchiolitis and pneumonias. But the vaccine is not available in
It's available now. That is the
It's
beauty of it.
available?
RSV vaccine is available by Dr. Reddy by the name of Great Fortis.
Wow.
We are going to have.
I didn't know that.
I invite you all to
3 vaccines in USA have been recommended.
It's
I
available
know
in
that.
India.
Yeah.
It costs about 26,000 rupees to the doctor. To the patient, it costs about 35,000.
It's worth it.
It's worth it. For newborns having prematurity or prone to develop bronchiolitis. Number one. Number two, we are going to have a talk in this very hall by Dr. Reddy. They are sponsoring the program. I'm also one of the speakers there. So please do come to listen about the latest vaccine on the RSV vaccine by the name Great Fortis.
I'd love to listen to that. My last question would be regarding the GBS. See, Is this a sequelae to the vaccine or is it because of the virus itself? Not to forget the Miller-Fisher syndrome as well.
Yes, can happen with any vaccine for that matter. But correlation is there, but that does not make us dissuade from using the vaccine.
Sir,
1 in 1 million.
Can I add here? Probably the disease, the virus would cause more these infections as compared to the, I'm talking about the GAS and the Fisher-Miller syndrome, more with the virus and also the bacteria, Bacillus, which is the one, which is that Campylobacter, Campylobacter, which is at least 40% of the cases in USA is because of that.
I agree with you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your input, doctor.
Dr. M.P.S. Gandhi, sir. Dr. M.P.S. Gandhi.
All the vaccines which are available, 5 doses are recommended, 0, 3, 7, 14, 28. But there is one particular company which has come up with 3 doses. Have you heard of it?
No, there is no such thing like that. WHO for any vaccine for rabies, BCG vaccine or any other zero ram vaccine, previously it was 5 doses, now they say 4 doses are enough. That is the latest.
There is no such thing.
What are the days? 0, 3.
0, 3, 7 तो है ही, उसके बाद 14 to 28 तक कमी नहीं होगा.
Sir, Dr. Gandhi sir, there is no routine for 3 doses, please. Remember
What
it.
particular company
Sir, forget it. Dr. L.M. Parashar, he has been very patient. Thank you.
I would like to share my experience of getting exposure to rabies. Now I am not a dog lover, I don't get in the way of any dog at all. But I still got twice in my life I got full anti-rabies vaccine course because once I had a patient with dysphagia. Patient told me now he is not able to take food inside. I examined, did the IL, took it to my senior resident. He examined and he found out that patient was basically allergic to water, and then got to know that it was rabies exposure, and then the patient was actually rabies. So we both of us got 5 doses of anti-rabies vaccine. Second time when I was a senior resident, such a patient was brought to me and I did the IL, and then I got to know that it was basically waterphobia. So basically, that is the only way, other way we can get exposed to rabies by examining a patient of rabies with hydrophobia. So it has to be kept in mind.
Great question, Lalit, and great input. But I want to tell, for the benefit of everyone who is sitting here and still attentive, the classical picture of hydrophobia in rabies is missing in the animal who gives it to you. Hydrophobia does not happen in dogs. Always remember it. So हमारे में से कुछ लोग गलती क्या करते हैं? यार मैंने कुत्ते को देखा था, वो पानी पी रहा था. Forget guys, वो पानी पीता रहेगा, तुम्हारा पानी बंद करवा देगा वो. ठीक है? So hydrophobia does not happen in the dogs. So this is to be remembered. Please, Dr.
So my question is, we used to have nasal vaccine, the nasal vaccine.
That was a live vaccine, LAIV.
That was a live vaccine, right. Sir, there have been, I don't know whether it was recommendation or not, or people have been extra careful. They have taken both. They take Nasovac also, they take the other vaccine also. Yes, sir. Just to enhance their immunity. Does that work that way? It doesn't work that way.
Live vaccines are out of date at the moment. It is only available in the, for the armed forces, not in the routine practice. There was a time when
Sound.
Sound to because I got Nasovac myself, and till date, when I was very poor to getting this kind of till date, I had a very small infection, and I felt, and I still feel, because I gave it to most members of my family. So everybody had a good immunity. So I don't know why it has been discontinued.
the vaccine of the inactivated vaccine is better than
I would say, just a small input, since you asked about the live vaccine. The live vaccine actually from Serum Institute of India. It was started by Serum Institute of India in India, then it was given to Cipla. Cipla never marketed that vaccine in India, they marketed it to EU, European Union. And then European Union discovered that the uptake of the vaccine was not adequate. inadequate. And the immunogenicity was not enough to give you protective antibody, and therefore it fell into disrepute. Am I right?
It's not no more being used. Local. I agree with you. Local immunity would be better with the vaccine to start with. But ultimately, the injectivity